You dear ones, I'm so glad that I get to notify you. I get to send you some updates, the news, all of the wonderful experiences this winter. I got to complete courses on grief, a course on emotional freedom, a tapping course, and the renewed life. It's the 1st of March and spring is in the air. The most happy season of all. And I got to enjoy this preliminary energy. I got to buy so many tulips. And this in itself, it has been such a deep act of faith to trust that I'm worthy of those tulips, to trust that I'm growing and to see that I am growing, that actually steadily there is this balanced underground. It's an underground of all the trouble that is on the surface. So there is trouble on the surface, but below, I'm steadily going and writing. So it's been winter, the sun comes in, and I got to do so many beach walks. I got to walk, I got to stay faithful to my healing practice. And this is not only healing, this is staying true to the core values. I changed the channel name, and I'm gonna change it again, because change is where we are, change is where we grow, and change is about faith that grows. And now that my mother is on a suicide journey, hold on, my mother wants to end her life, and I made a video about this and then I took it down because I get to tell you about it in another way. I get to tell you about it now, I get to tell you about it later, but I needed to do it from a point of integrity, from a point of purity. And I don't want to make a documentary to honor my mother or to please my mother or to be some kind of good daughter, because nobody knows what it's like to be able to be a daughter of someone who is mentally disturbed, who has a mental distortion, who has a mental variety. It sometimes feels impossible to be a daughter. And there have been so many interactions with those professionals that helped my mother. And they were all suggesting I just be a daughter. But only to be a daughter, would that mean that my mother is a mother? What if my mother hasn't been a proper mother? How could I then be a proper daughter? And that's why I took down the video. I'm gonna tell that story my way, and I'm gonna be my most pure and honest self. And honesty, it's far off with mental distortions. People are not likely to be honest. They're unaware of their own emotions, and it's for them more convenient to be dishonest. And this actually distraction of my own goals, why it's been so heavy. I have suffered the burden of being a daughter, of being some kind of new daughter for the last 2 years, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep carrying this burden. So there's a part of me that looks for relief, and you might know what that means if you can read between my words. But that's the true honesty, that I am honest to what I cannot bear, to what I'm not supposed to bear, and to what I am supposed to do and direct my energies to, that I'm supposed to focus on the future, joy, and on living the best life, and to make my brother proud, and to live the longest, best life. And not only for my brother, but I need to honor God and keep in touch with Him and know what He expects from me, and how He wants to treat my mother, how He wants to help her, and how He wants to put Him first. So this is my faith journey, and that's why the channel name is gonna be Anna's Faith Journey. So you're gonna hear a lot about the steps that I wanna accompany the Lord with, that I wanna include the Lord in all my decisions, that I wanna explore and glorify the nature, that I wanna start traveling more, that this year 25 is about setting up my business. It's about including the Lord in my business. So it's gonna be so exciting, and I'm very, very, very excited to take you with me on this faith journey. So yeah, tune in. A lot, comment, and let's have some interactions about faith journeys, about how God is changing our lives, how directive He is, and how wonderful He is. So I'm gonna testify of that as much as I can. I'm gonna explore what spring brings. I know that my business is the core priority, and yeah, then there's a lot of topics to address, and I'm truly happy to take you with me. I'm truly grateful, and yeah, that's the core of it. That leaves me with sending you many blessings, to really acknowledge that you are blessed, with or without my blessings, but you are God's most prized possession. You are His masterpiece, and this fuels me so much. I get this from the scripture. I know this is truth, and I know it counts for all of us, because God was not having a bad day when He created you and me, all of us, and we get to be so blessed to be alive, to be living and exploring, and knowing that He takes care of us, and that this life is an exciting journey. And most of all, I want to state that all the obstacles, they pave the way. They are obstacles because they make us learn. And so if in this week you encounter any obstacle, any difficulty, know that the Lord wants to carry you over it, and that He wants you to learn, and that everything serves a purpose, and that most of all, we all have this purpose, right? Because He has a plan for us, and we keep looking and being curious of the plan, of what the plan includes. If you don't know yet, that's perfectly fine, but this amazing plan, because it's amazing, that must excite you, and that must be the reason you get up in the morning. You get up in the morning because you get to explore your mission. Everybody has this mission that is aligned with the plan, and It's gonna be terrific. It's gonna be a wonderful life if you get to know this plan. So read Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to give you hope and a future. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I'm sure of it. So if you read that verse, you know. And if you read it again and again and again and again, you will start to believe it. And this could be such a stronghold. I mean, an anchor. Stronghold is probably the wrong word. But hey, I'm not a native speaker of English. An anchor. This verse has been an anchor in my darkest days. And I hope you find your anchor, because there's so many scriptures that point us to life, to gratitude, to God's protection of us, to God's guidance and provision. So you're gonna be so fine if you spend time in the scripture, if you spend time finding those verses that point you to your best life. And you deserve it, because you're so precious. You're this precious object of God that deserves to have joyous life. So keep going in those dark moments, and let's tune in soon. For now, have an awesome day or night, and keep up the joy. Bye.